Hi, this is Zach here with the US Chartbreakers here at Zach's Traders Cafe for Wednesday, the 24th of January, and we see the S&P making decent progress within this rising trend channel, which has been in place since the end of October. Top of the channel there heading towards as high as 50.30, implying that could be hit by the end of next month. And the upside valid certainly while we're above recent resistance for this market at 4800. Worst case scenario at the moment, probably the floor of that channel at 4760. On the downside, but two RSI rebounds above neutral 50 make this look as though there is momentum in place. Moving along to the stocks, and the first one is Arcutis, and here we've got a beautiful handle here above a rising 50-day moving average. We broke through that late last month, and the view now is that we should make progress within a rising trend channel, one that's been in place since the beginning of October. That's heading towards $7, and we're looking for that by the end of next month. At this stage, only on the wrong side, only on back below the 350 zone, really suggesting a delay to the upside scenario, given the very strong RSI rebound off neutral 50 that we've seen. Another stock on the front foot at the moment is one that we've covered quite recently, I think, Aileron. And here you can see this rising trend channel. We've got that, had that in place since October. Top of the channel heading towards the $7 mark, and we're looking for that by the end of next month, while we stay on the right side of the latest gap higher and the $4 mark over the near term. Another front foot situation is coming in the form of Addvantage, and here you can see that the shares are trying to definitively break through the 50-day moving average, which they've done on an end of day close yesterday. The recent support area around the $2.40 area, and while we're above that, we're looking for the shares to progress with towards a resistance line projection, currently heading towards around the $3.70 mark. We're looking for that by the end of next month, or even sooner, within a rising trend channel base, which is what we seem to have at the moment. Inhibikase is next, and here we have another decent-looking turnaround situation after the failed turnaround that we had back in September. There was a slight push towards the 50-day moving average, and then it was back down again. But the position here now is that we look to have a rising trend channel base. Top of the channel currently heading towards the resistance line I'm drawing at the moment, so that's heading for 320, and we're looking for that by the end of next month, while we remain above recent support around the $1.60 level. Next up is a stock which has been featured here quite a lot, and normally for good reasons, but not always. Jinn Medical. Here you can see that the share's trying to regroup after the pullback from the end of last month. Rising trend channel here. Good support above the rising 50-day moving average as well. That's around the $72 level. Above that, we're looking for spikes towards 200 plus. Maybe the best case scenario here is up to $330, which is the top of that rising trend channel from last month. Stock which has been appearing almost daily here now is Meiwu, and here you can see that the shares have now hit the second target that we had. The first one was around $5. The second one went up to $8 by the end of next month. Obviously, that's happened by the end of this month. That leaves us looking for perhaps a fresh target for the shares, and at the moment, probably the best we can say is that we're looking for the shares to move towards that resistance line projection from back in August, and that's currently pointing to $12, which is now our target for next month, the end of next month, while we're above the old resistance from October in the $6.50 area. Nice mover coming up next, and here we'll see that Nuvve Holdings has pushed through the 50-day moving average. That's normally the sort of start of a turnaround after an extended bear move, and here we've got a broadening triangle base above the 50-day line there at $5.90, looking for up to $10 by the end of next month. Plug Power was something of a favorite going into the summer, as you can see from the trend line break that we had there towards from $8 towards $12, but obviously since then it's been downhill most of the way. The current position is that we've got potentially a turnaround within a broadening triangle, which has been in place since the end of November. Top of that triangle currently heading towards the $6 mark, which is our hoped for target by the end of next month. If you're cautious, you wait for a break of the 50-day moving average just above $4 before targeting $6, and ideally we stay on the right side of $3.25 in the meantime, as that was the old November-December support for the shares. Another potential riser over the near term could be the company coming up next, and here you can see that we've got Pyxis Oncology, nice turnaround over the recent past, and here looking for progress within a rising trend channel base that has been in place, I suppose, notionally since the end of August. In fact, top of the channel, they're heading for $3.90. We're looking for that by the end of next month, while we remain above resistance on the way down, which was back in July around the $2.80 area. So above 280, looking for $3.90 over the next few weeks at Pyxis. On to the last three, and we covered Railway Vision for the first time yesterday, looking for $4 by the end of next month, while they were above the $2 area, or I suppose the 50-day moving average area near $1.60. In fact, we managed to get through the $8 level yesterday, so the chart was a definite charting win. Current situation is that we're probably looking towards a retest of the peak yesterday towards $9.40, which actually is an old May 2023 resistance line projection. Upside valid currently, while we're above resistance on the way down around the $5 mark, so that's probably the line in the sand for those looking for further gains. On to a stock which I think we covered a few days ago. Here we've got Sensus Healthcare, and here a gap to the upside after an extended improvement through the 50-day moving average. Current situation is that we're looking for the shares to make progress within a rising trend channel in place since July last year. Floor of the channel currently near the 50-day moving average, so that's around the $2.50 mark. And we're looking for further upside here while we're above recent broken resistance around $2.90, so above $2.90, $4.50 plus, possible by the end of next month. That would also fill the old gap there from back in May. The last stock of the day is coming up, and here you can see that we've got Turnstone Biologics, and here we've had this extended range within, well, I suppose near the lows of the near recent lows. What we're looking for now is a definitive break of the $3.20 area. If we can get that, then it could be back up to post-September resistance as high as $4.40 by the end of next month. Ideally, we stay on the right side of that 50-day line at $2.50. That's it for me today. More updates tomorrow.